Booker Jr. Are you ready to make something yummy? Find all the ingredients we need and we'll get started.
Cakey's Twisted Bakery is a game that could have used a little more time in the oven. I picked this up while it was still available for free, and now that it costs 10 doll hairs, the big question is, would it be worth money? And the answer depends solely on how much you like baking pies and your thoughts on the value of $10. The story mode of Cakey's Twisted Bakery is basically a tutorial to prepare you for the main game, the Endless mode. You play as a kid who smuggles himself into a mascot horror bakery with the objective of finding your kidnapped brother. Only this isn't a normal bakery because the monsters that inhabit this building bake the pies out of children. I can almost respect the fact that the developer didn't put any effort into world building or making some convoluted plot on what the mascots are, where the restaurant is, and how it can seemingly exist solely for serving child pies to other monsters. I assume the mascots are the owners of the place since they're the only ones who care about a stray live ingredient running around. Do they pay rent or mortgage on the building? Do they trade in USD or monster currency? Is the restaurant closed for monster holidays? There are 3 bad guys to worry about in Cakey's Twisted Bakery, and I have mixed feelings about all of them. For starters, you have Cakey, who walks around the building and works on a simple line of sight. If he sees you, he'll chase you until you are caught or hide in a hidey hole. Cakey is the only one you'll likely die to because it's easy to panic when he screams. Frostina slowly walks toward the player without a care for line of sight. She's more a source of tension than fear because she's constantly following you, but she's very easy to avoid and slow. She also occasionally just Naruto runs out of the scene. Candy Bane is the wild card of the group, sprinting around the facility aimlessly and occasionally stopping to survey the room. Because he doesn't work on line of sight when he's running around, you're more likely to freak out from him bursting into the room and running past you than actually dying to him. I think Cakey really was the only one to kill me. Your primary goal is to collect ingredients scattered around the map and feed them to a talking oven to bake pies. There are 4 colored pies, and you need to bake the pie that matches the color on the monster's health bar and throw it at them until they are defeated. Again, I can almost respect the fact that the game doesn't really care to explain why this makes sense or how it works. The secondary goal is to find letters scattered around the building because they dictate what ending you get. The final room contains a series of boxes, and if you read the notes, you'll know which box to pick up and run off with. The finale is a big maze that is also kinda crap, and the game checkpoints you the moment you pick up the box. So if you realize you picked up the wrong box, it isn't possible to swap them, and you have to start a new game entirely. Cakey's Twisted Bakery has a few pretty smart ideas given how lazy the premise is. The game has a running music track, and the closer a mascot is, the louder it gets. It sounds like a small addition, but it's a pretty big quality of life feature when you consider how hard the game would be without it. In the main game, you have an autosave system that kicks in every 3 minutes, but it won't save unless you're nowhere near a bad guy, leaving you usually sitting in a box or finding the corners of the map and waiting it out. That being said, Boxy's Shop of Horrors has its share of flaws. The game is ridiculously easy once you understand the gimmicks of each monster. It's possible to farm ingredients between rounds when nobody's attacking you, making it simple to just amass stuff and sit in the kitchen waiting for the monsters to come to you. Monsters can destroy unattended pies, but they don't reduce your ingredients. The game never broadens its scope as it goes along, making it monotonous and repetitive after the first half hour or so. You unlock new areas of the game as it progresses, but outside of picking up a bigger inventory and finding a couple of notes, they don't actually add to the gameplay, and there's no reason to go back to them. I got about 4 hours of gameplay between playing for enjoyment and grabbing footage for the video. The main game will take less than a half an hour, and everything after that is hardcore or endless mode, so your mileage may vary on its actual value. personally, I'd wait for a sale. Like and subscribe for more videos.
Warning, Cooker Jr. may sometimes cook his friends.